All right, so have you ever, like, spent way too much time, trying to get icons spaced out perfectly around a logo or text to flow just right along a curve?
Oh, tell me about it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It can be such a pain.
It
But you know
is.
what? Today, we're diving into something that just might make those design headaches a thing of the past.
Oh, is that right?
It is. We're talking about Adobe Illustrator 2025's brand new Object on Path tool.
Okay, I've seen some buzz about this online.
Yeah, it's been making waves.
For good reason, I think.
Absolutely over 10,000 mentions in like the first 12 hours of its release.
Wow.
People are calling it a total game changer.
I can see why people would say that,
But is it really that different from what we already have?
right?
I mean, Canva has alignment tools too.
Yeah, so basic alignment tools have been around for a while, but this is different.
Okay.
The Object on Path tool, it lets you arrange objects along any path. It doesn't have to be a straight line.
Hmm.
Like you can wrap text perfectly around a spiral or space out icons evenly on a complex wave pattern.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can get some really unique and intricate designs with this.
Okay. I'm starting to see how this could be a big deal.
Yeah.
So walk me through it. Like, how does it actually work?
Okay, so imagine you've drawn a path, any path at all.
Right.
Then you select the objects you want to arrange, could be icons, graphics, text, whatever, and you choose the Object on Path tool.
Mm-hmm.
And boom, Illustrator automatically puts those objects along the path.
So no more manually nudging each element into place.
Exactly. You perfectly space out those objects along the path.
Wow.
You can have them evenly distributed, clustered, or whatever you want.
So many options.
Yeah.
That sounds like a huge time saver,
Oh, yeah.
especially for detailed designs.
Absolutely.
But what about control? It can't just be like a one-size-fits-all thing, can it?
You're right. It's not one size fits all. And that's where the real power of this tool comes in.
Okay.
It gives you dynamic control points for each object.
Ah.
So you can adjust the position rotation, even the spacing, all on the fly just by dragging these points around.
You can really fine-tune things to get exactly the look you want.
Is that
That level of precision must be huge for professional designers.
It is. It's like having a surgeon's scalpel for your designs.
Mm-hmm.
You can make tiny adjustments that take your work to a whole new level.
I see why everyone is so excited about this.
Yeah.
But let's be real for a minute. Is there a learning curve? How long will it take to master this thing?
Well, it's definitely more to it than your average alignment tool.
Right.
But the good news is Adobe has built in some really good tutorials and help resources.
Okay.
Plus, once you understand the basic concepts, it becomes pretty intuitive.
So it's not too bad then.
No,
Oh.
not really. It's like learning a new keyboard shortcut. It might take a few tries, but once you get it, you'll be flying through your designs.
So it's an investment worth making,
Definitely.
especially if it means no more pulling my hair out over alignment issues.
Exactly. And it's not just about making things easier, you know? It's about unlocking new creative possibilities.
Right.
With this tool, you can get a level of visual flow and rhythm that would be incredibly time-consuming to do manually, maybe even impossible.
So we're talking about more than just efficiency here.
Yeah,
It's about changing how designs look and feel.
exactly. Think about creating a website header with text that gracefully curves along the edge of a product image, or a logo where graphic elements flow seamlessly around the company name. It's about bringing your designs to a new level of sophistication and visual impact.
It sounds like this could change the game for branding and marketing materials.
Oh, absolutely. Anything where you want to create a sense of movement or dynamism or visual interest, you know?
Yeah.
And because it works with the rest of the Adobe suite, you can easily add these effects to all sorts of projects.
We've talked a lot about the pros. Are there any downsides? Nothing's perfect, right?
Oh, the biggest downside is probably that it's only available in Adobe Illustrator 2025. So if you're not already using Illustrator, you'll need to get the latest version.
That makes sense.
And like we said, there is a bit of a learning curve at the beginning.
But for people already using Illustrator, it sounds like a must-have upgrade.
I would definitely agree with that. And I think we're going to start seeing its influence everywhere, from websites and social media graphics to product packaging and even fine art.
You mentioned earlier that there's a lot of buzz around this tool online. What are people saying about it?
Designers are really excited about what they can do with this tool. A lot of the comments I've seen are about how it will save them time and let them be more creative. Some people are even saying it's the biggest innovation in Illustrator in years.
It's funny, we were talking about Canva earlier and how it has those basic alignment tools, but this seems like a totally different level.
Yeah, it's like comparing a tricycle to a high-performance sports car.
That's a great analogy.
And it really highlights an important point.
That's that.
There are a lot of tools out there that can help you with basic design tasks, but Adobe is focused on giving professional designers the power and precision they need to create really exceptional work.
And this tool is a perfect example of that.
Yeah,
It's not just about making things look pretty. It's about understanding good design principles, visual hierarchy flow rhythm, and giving designers the tools to do those things more effectively.
exactly. It's about helping designers push their boundaries and create work that is both beautiful and has an impact.
Okay, so for our listeners who want to dive in and start experimenting with this tool, what can they do to get started?
First, you got to make sure you have the latest version of Adobe Illustrator 2025.
Right.
And then check out Adobe's website. They have some really helpful tutorials and step-by-step guides.
So there are resources out there to get people up to speed quickly.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And don't be afraid to experiment, play around with different paths and objects, different settings. That's the best way to really discover what this tool can do.
I like that approach. Just
Yeah.
dive in and play around.
Exactly.
And for those of you already using the Object on Path tool, we want to hear from you. What creative ways are you using it? Share your tips, tricks, and design inspiration in the comments below.
Yeah, it's a new frontier in design, and we're all learning together.
That's a great way to put it. We're all on this journey of discovery together, and who knows what amazing things we'll create along the way.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that approach. Just dive in and play around.
Exactly.
And for those of you already using the Object on Path tool,
Mhm.
we want to hear from you. What creative ways are you using it? Share your tips, tricks, and design inspiration in the comments below.
Yeah, it's a new frontier in design, and we're all learning together.
That's a great way to put it. We're all on this journey of discovery together. And who knows what amazing things we'll create along the way.
Exactly, and this is just one example of how AI is changing the world of design.
It really feels like a new era for design.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not about AI replacing designers. It's about AI giving them superpowers.
Exactly, and that's something we should all be excited about
For sure.
because it means we'll have more beautiful, more impactful, more effective design for everyone.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the Object on Path tool, I want to leave you with a challenge. Think about your current design workflow. What are those tasks that take up way too much time, the little frustrations that slow you down?
Could this be the tool that finally lets you break free from those limitations? Could it help you unlock a whole new level of creativity in your work?
We'd love to hear your thoughts. Head over to our social media at AI for the People and share your experiences with the Object on Path tool or any other AI design tools that you're loving.
And if you're feeling inspired, why not download the latest Adobe Illustrator update and start experimenting with the Object on Path tool today? You might just create the next design masterpiece.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the future of design. Until next time, keep creating, keep innovating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to see some amazing things now that this tool is out there.
Oh, yeah. It's exciting to think about the possibilities, right? And this is just one example of how AI is changing design,
Yeah.
We're seeing more and more tools that can automate those tedious tasks and really boost creativity, help designers work smarter, not harder.
It really feels like a new era for design, like you said.
It is.
It's not about AI replacing designers. It's about AI giving them superpowers.
Exactly. And that's what we should all be excited about, right?
Right.
Because ultimately it means better design, more beautiful, more impactful, more effective design for everyone.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up our deep dive into the Object on Path tool, I want to leave you with a little challenge.
Okay, I like challenges.
Think about your design workflow. What are those tasks that eat up your time? Those little things that bug you and slow you down?
Yeah, those annoying things.
Exactly. Could this be the tool that finally lets you get rid of those? Could it help you unlock a whole new level of creativity in your work?
That would be amazing.
We want to hear your thoughts. Head over to our social media at AI for the People and tell us about your experiences with the Object on Path tool or any other AI design tools you're loving.
And if you're feeling inspired, go ahead and download that latest Adobe Illustrator update and try out the Object on Path tool today. Maybe you'll create the next design masterpiece.
You never know. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the future of design. Until next time, keep creating, keep innovating, and keep pushing those boundaries.
Couldn't have said it better myself.